Hi everyone, welcome to week 6. This week we're going to actually look at a typical student's tax return. And when I say typical student, I mean a student that maybe works a little bit through the school year, works a lot during the summer, so has tuition, of course, and also probably if they are wait staff, they also have tips to claim or should claim. Many don't, but legally you are obligated to claim all of the tips that you earn while you're waiting tables. All right, so let's have a look. So we are going to look at tuition amounts in detail. But first, we're just going to look at where do the tips, gratuities, go on an actual tax return. Okay, so we are looking at Sue. We have Sue Brown. She was born August 2nd, 2005. So during this year, 2023, she actually turned 18. So that's something that when you're looking at Schedule 8 for your CPP, just remember that that box A in Part 2, where it says how many months does she qualify for, and it won't be 12. I'll show you that when we get to doing the actual tuition. Okay, or actually, right after we put in the gratuity amount, I will go to that section before we get to the tuition. Okay, so we have Sue. She has a T4 and a T2202. That's the document that you'll get from NSCC very soon. It has to be out by the end of February. And as you can see here, Sue had $2,800 in tips from her working at Streamers. Those tips are not on the T4. Those are over and above. So some of it might come to you in cash directly from the customer. Some of it may come to you through amounts that they left on their credit card. Okay. So we also have Sue is a journalism student, and these are the actual forms and schedules that you will need. Okay, so the T1, the income tax and benefit return, the federal portion, then the NS 428. Your worksheet for the NS 428, I made a mistake last week and didn't include that in the list of things you needed to upload. So therefore, if you didn't upload it, you didn't lose points. But from this point forward, any schedules that you use or worksheets that you use, please upload. Again, Schedule 8 for the CPP, Schedule 11 for the federal tuition, and Schedule NS 11 for the provincial tuition. Okay, so let's go over to the actual tax return. Okay, so again, we go to the Canada Revenue Agency site. We click on Income Tax Package 2023. And we go to the province that we need for Nova Scotia, and the income tax and benefit return is here. Okay, we want a fillable form. So we'll take this one here. Okay, so again, I'm just doing this as a sample. I'm not going to actually complete that return. But I do want to show you an example. So let's just say Sarah Jane. Okay, so that's who we're working with. She's single. Her date of birth, let's say her date of birth is 2005, whoops, 2005 03 and 21. Okay. There's a reason for that, so I will talk to you about that in a bit. So all of the other information, continue filling it in as usual. I'm just moving forward with this so that I don't take up too much of your time. Okay, so let's say that Sarah Jane has her T4 and the employment income, so in box 14 of the T4s, she only has one from streamers, but say box 14 is 12,300.00. Okay, and sometimes I know those numbers don't line up very well. You can always put a couple more spaces so that it lines up a little better if you want. Okay, she made, let's say she made 5,000 in tips. So we've got 5,000. Okay. And again, you can always put the extra spaces if you want, just to line it up a little better. Okay, so other employment income, as I say, that is where the tips go. But let's just have a look, okay? So go to the actual CRA website. CRA, Canada Revenue Agency. We want income tax. We want income tax package. Down here, Nova Scotia. And let's have a look at the guide, okay? So we've got the guide, and we want to see if we can find the information to tell us where to put that, just so that if at any time in the future you're not sure where something goes, you can see that you can actually go to the guide to get the information. So if we scroll down a bit in this guide, it'll give us details as to what we're looking for. Okay, so here, about halfway down the page, we've got completing your return. So it talks about social insurance number, all of the information, the personal information, and then we've got filling out step 2, which is your total income. Okay, so we've got the employment income, which, as you know, is where the amount from the T4 goes. And then we've got other employment income. So we click on that, and it gives us some information, different medical premium benefits, bankruptcy, settlement, so on and so forth. But then if you look on this page, employment income not reported on a T4 slip. So if we click on here, we can see that report income amounts such as tips, gratuities, and occasional earnings that may not show up on your T4. So your tips go on the other employment income line, which is line 10,400. Okay, so which is there. So then, of course, at this point, you would add them up. So 12,300, 5,000, we've got 17,300. Okay, and then, like I say, you can add a couple of spaces if you want. Okay, so now let's have a look at the CPP. As I say, let's pretend that she had a birthday and turned 18 on, what did I say, March 21st. So we need to figure out how many months she qualifies for paying into the CPP. So again, we'll go to the CRA website. It's easier to start at the beginning, I guess, from CRA as opposed to hitting backspace to get to where I want to go. Nova Scotia. And as we know, for the CPP, we need Schedule 8. Okay, let's go fillable. Okay, so here's Schedule 8. Scroll down. And we want to know, in Part 2, what number goes in box A. So we have a look here. Enter 12 on line A below unless any of the following conditions apply. You turned 18 years of age in 2023, and she did. Enter the number of months in the year after the month you turned 18 on line A. So she turned 18 on what did I say, March 21st. So the months after. So that would be April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So that is 9 months. So we would put a 9 in box A. So then you come down here and you look here. Use the number of months from line A of Part 2, what we just did above, to determine your prorated maximum CPP pensionable earnings and maximum basic CPP exemption from the table. So as I said, she has 9 full months after her birthday month. So we look at 9 number of months. So the maximum CPP pensionable earnings is $49,950, and the maximum basic CPP exemption, as opposed to the full $3,500, is the $26.25. Okay, so that's what you're going to use down here. Enter your maximum CPP pensionable earnings from the monthly prorated table above, this table here, using the number of months from line A of Part 2. So where it was 9, it would be 49,950. Okay, and then we need, okay, so I'm not going to fill out all of this, but here the other line that's effective is enter your maximum basic CPP exemption from the monthly prorated table. So again, the maximum is the $3,500, but we don't fill in the $3,500. She only has 9 months, so it's $26.25. Okay, so those are the numbers that you use. I hope this helps you understand the CPP schedule a little bit better and why it is essential that you fill out the box A here with either the full 12 months that you qualify, which I'm sure most, if not all of you do now, but maybe you didn't in 2023. So even when you're filling out your own, you've got to make sure that it's only for the months in which you are 18, and it starts the month after your birthday month. Thanks, everyone. I hope this helps clear up any issues with CPP, and you have a better understanding now of how to record the tuition on your tax return. Thanks, everyone.